Hey everyone, happy Monday, everyone. Allie, Monday is like my favorite time of the week these
Is
days.
it?
How about you?
God, no. Give me a Wednesday. Give me a Friday. Monday, I'm like that morning getting out of bed. I'm like, I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, I love Mondays, and it didn't always used to be this way. I had to change my relationship with Mondays,
Yeah, I bet.
but it was years of teaching and being still so exhausted when Monday came and there was no other choice to
Oh my
get up
gosh.
and do the thing.
Right.
So welcome everyone. I am M. Shannon Hernandez. I am a joyful business growth strategist here at the Joyful Business Revolution, helping you learn how to grow your business and market it with joy, 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 down in our hearts, down in our hearts, down in our hearts. Allie, take it away. Introduce yourself.
I'm Allie with the Right Place, Right Time. I am your writing guide, girlfriend, and ghostwriter all rolled into one, because what I believe in is that you can write the book on your bucket list and you can do it with flair and confidence and clarity and control. And that's why I am your guide on that path so that you can write a book that lights up your world and ours. Boom sauce. I've been working on that.
That is amazing. That was an amazing intro.
We're on fire today, obviously.
We are on fire. Maybe too much coffee. I don't know. I've been up
I
since
don't know. I've been only had one.
I'm on to water. All right, everyone. This is the Stories That Grew Us, where we talk about messy middle, shit shows, things that went wrong, and insights, and all the lessons in between. Last week, we drew our topic, and it was about what we learned about customer experience from getting stuck in a parking garage. And it was a fantastic discussion about all things CX, all things design. I boldly proclaimed we would have the most beautifully designed spaces for parking. We would not get lost. We would not get to a dead end. And Allie, I actually want to start this way today because I had a horrible customer experience yesterday.
In a parking garage?
No, but it did involve parking because I asked.
Okay.
And so I just kind of want to start, there's a recap before we draw the topic this week.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we had been vetting, I'm very thorough. If I'm anything, I'm a thorough person. We have been vetting venues for our content personality playground starting in, we want to bring back next September. We want to have this event next September. So we had narrowed it down to all these things. We got a contract. We had a price we loved. We thought we had people we loved. And I showed up to the venue yesterday, and the lady, you would have thought it was the worst thing I could have done. Like, she did not want to answer my questions. She actually was a total bitch. I do not know why. She is not the lady that we were dealing with all along the way. She was supposed to be giving me a venue tour and answering any final questions. She didn't know the answers to questions. I saw a refrigerator and I said, hey, can we use the refrigerator? And she's like, why would you need a refrigerator? And I'm like, because we're bringing in snacks. And she's like, what needs refrigerated? And I'm like, hummus?
Vegetables?
And then she goes, oh no, you have to bring in your own refrigerator if you want to use the refrigerator. That's for staff only. That tour took me 5 minutes. And I was like, thank you, I'll be going elsewhere.
Oh my gosh. So how long had you been nurturing the relationship with the other person before getting there yesterday?
About 6 weeks.
Okay, so can we just talk about how one person can undo the work, trust, and relationship that somebody else has cultivated for a really long time in just seconds of
Yep.
making the wrong impression?
And you know what? It wasn't just me. Amy Florio, who's our retreat and event planner, she had negotiated contracts. She negotiated price. Like, we were doing double duty because I'm here and wanted to tour the space, and she needed to handle all the logistics. So we're talking 6 weeks times 2 people.
Oh.
And guess what? The sad, I mean, I'm happy this happened before we actually put down any money. right?
Yeah.
But there are no other viable options. That was our only option, and we were totally all in to go for it, but not if you're a bitch and rude and treat me like that, you're not getting my money.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So the moral of the story is if you are cold and frigid, like a Frigidaire, we ain't putting our shit there. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but it works. Feel free to use that. Feel free to take that onward into your magnetic messaging and do a whole thing about like relationship building and how one person can ruin it. That sucks.
Yeah, one interaction, right?
Yeah.
One interaction.
And just
So
blows it up.
Allie, we've got our topics. Give people just a 30-second recap. What's in this box?
Okay. 30-second recap. Inside that box are a bunch of subject lines that became inside jokes at a retreat that Shannon and I were at in October. And we decided, hey, we both love stories and we're both live personality types. Let's go live together in a show where we can tell stories that are prompted by the subject lines. So we've created the show. We pull out a prompt. We have no idea what the prompt is before we pull it. And then we shoot from the hip in true Allie and Shannon style. We hope it resonates with you. You have some laughs, you do some thinking, you leave some shit in the comments, and go.
Yes. All right, here we go. That was great, Allie. You know, this show's all about being real. All right, y'all. This makes me nervous every time I just meet everyone. Okay. Oh God, I could write a TED talk about this, 100 of them. How my business showed up at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie Pellish, if you remember, Stephanie Pellish at our retreat.
That's right.
She stood up and literally gave a speech, sobbing because she was so moved.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong business. I haven't been doing it the way I wanted. This is how my business showed up at 2:30 in the morning. And from 2:30 to when we met, she had a whole new business plan laid out, ready to rock it out. So
Yes.
shout out to Stephanie Pellish for transformation, being open, and giving us a beautiful topic. So Allie, are you a sleeper or do you wake up at freaking oddball hours with business stuff on your brain?
Yeah, I'm like one of two camps. Either I'll lay down with full anticipation of going to sleep and might be completely exhausted and thinking I'm going to pass out. And then my brain starts to fire at all cylinders. And I have to reach for my phone and plug in a bunch of notes into an app so that I don't lose like the creative energy. Or in the early morning hours, like that last REM cycle, some of my best ideas come, you know, in the forms of like visions or dreams. In fact, my book, Dear Universe, I Get It Now, came to me in a vision in the early morning hours. I don't know that it was as early as 2:30, but like somewhere before 5. And just showed me the 2 words, Dear Universe, and a black and white composition notebook. And those were my signals. Those are my cues. And this definitely happens a lot with the more creative side of my business, you know, fun with marketing or a new clever play on words for a title of something that I'm not quite sure. Is it a live show? Is it a blog post? Is it, you know, so I would say like, I tend to do a lot of strategy thinking. Now that I say this out loud, strategy thinking tends to come when I lay down at night. Creative thinking tends to happen in the morning.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I have 0 problems falling asleep. In fact, I have this sleep insights and sleep coach that's attached to our new fancy dancy mattress we got this year, which I do not regret buying that thing. It takes me less than 4 minutes to fall asleep every single night. That's the average.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but I have really worked on this. I have worked on this sleep routine for years of getting my body, getting my mind, getting the light out of my face, getting ready so that when I lay down, my body says it's sleep time. My problem comes in at 3 a.m.
Yeah, well, that's because you went to bed so fast.
And it's also because I go to bed really early. And so now I'm trying to rearrange this, that like I will fall asleep between 8 and 8:15. Like literally I'm in bed sleeping. Well, by 3 o'clock, that's already 7 hours of sleep, but I'm beating myself up because my brain is awake and it's thinking about marketing campaigns and fun things to do and my show with Allie and the next teammate I'm gonna hire and all the things. And I'm just like, shit, by the time 3 p.m. rolls around, I am donezo because I've been working for 12 hours, or at least my brain has been working for that long,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway, my current thing to do is what's mine to do, this is my new clarity around a lot of things. What is mine to do is to this week shift back to 9 and to 9:30, laying down and going to sleep, because then I usually will sleep till 4:30 or 5, which is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, like, I often wonder why the universe loves to deliver things to us when we're in a nice REM sleep.
Because we're able to receive. We're quiet. Our mind is quiet, right? Hopefully. That's what I think. I think it's like, you can't hear me during the day. There's too much fucking noise. There, noise of social, noise of email, noise of the team member who needs you. And I'm not necessarily saying noise in necessarily a bad way. Like, I love to hear from my people, right? I love to see the email pop up in my inbox. It's from like a prospect that I've been nurturing for who knows how long, that finally wants to chat, but I think we're filled with so much noise during the day that sometimes, even if we're getting messages, we're not reading them, or we're not fully receiving them, or able to interpret them. And so it's like the universe sneaks in, during that REM cycle to like deliver something that we can finally receive. The other thing though, I think, is like, if I really think about this, I should really be grateful about those early morning taps, because I think that means that I am in a place of joy and happiness. If I'm not receiving that energy and that creativity or whatever, like in the morning, then it's probably that I'm tired, burnt out, something's out of alignment. Like, I'm not going to get those hits if something is out of whack, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like a signal, like you're where you're supposed to be, you're heading in the right direction, or you need a course correction, right?
Yeah, because it can also go the other way if you're open to it, like, ooh, this isn't aligned, right?
Yeah, right.
It's not aligned. This brings me to something I wanted to ask you about off the show, but I think it ties right in, so I'm just going to ask you now. If the daytimes are noisy because we have all this stuff going on, you mentioned somewhere on a post I made or somewhere where we share space in the online world about your two-way prayer. Can you talk about two-way prayer? Because I've been meaning to actually ask you about this for months now.
Yeah. So I stole this. I learned this from Elizabeth Gilbert, like directly from her at a personal development workshop that I went to in the spring at Kripalu, which is like the yoga retreat center in Massachusetts a lot of people know about, but it's like, it's a wellness and personal development kind of retreat space. And I went, and Elizabeth Gilbert taught about her practice of two-way prayer. And it really resonated with me. So I started doing it when I got back. And so essentially I have this little book of like very short excerpts that are kind of in the Buddha spirituality realm. And I read one, and I have a little meditation bowl, one of those little, like, you hit it with like a wood kind of singing bowls. Yeah. So I hit that, I read my little thing, I hit it again. And then I ask one question, which is, what would you have me know today? And I close my eyes and I try to receive. And one thing that's happened over these last few months is that I go one of two places when I go to receive. I'm either in the woods, walking along a path, and I can feel the grass in my feet, which makes a lot of sense. Anybody who knows me knows that like going out into the woods is like one of my happy places, and it makes me feel truly grounded. The other place is actually this beautiful garden that I created during a visualization exercise while reading the light side of the dark side of the light chasers. And so I go one of two places, and I kind of commune with my higher self, higher power, and try to welcome in what they need to tell me that day. And this morning, what came up was, you are applying too much pressure to yourself to get all of these things nicely wrapped up and tied up before you take time off. But what you're doing is you're defaulting into old patterns of behavior, which is to show up to the office early, but then tell yourself that it's okay because you're leaving early, when really you're not holding any boundary around the schedule that you want to keep because you're so focused on doing the shit that you think needs to be done before you go on vacation. And what my higher power told me was, number one, knock that off.
Knock that shit off, Allie.
Knock this shit off. Number two, you deserve the break. And you also deserve to still hold the boundary around your day. And if you don't get shit done, there is tomorrow, because the work will always be there and the work will never always be done. So I received all of that. And then I saw your post on, on Facebook that was like, everybody's doing this hustle shit in December. How about you don't do that and you go bake cookies? And I was like, yeah, yes. My higher power and Shannon's higher power, they're just like hanging out together, like dropping some truth bombs all over the place. And I was like, I clearly need this message because now it's showing up in Shannon's post.
I channeled your higher power. You know what? I love this conversation. Seriously, it is such an important conversation. It's everything we stand for here at Joyful Business Revolution. It's why I don't even have my fucking plans ready for next year, because guess what? December 31 is just another day, and so is January 1. And I'm committed to resting and then planning, because when you're rested, you have new ideas, new place of inspiration, and you can come plan in community with us and guide. I'll help guide you through this beautiful soul inspired place of planning at our event called Inspired Beyond Belief, so that you too can rest and build snowmen or go to the beach, wherever you are in the world. You can bake cookies, you can do a puzzle, you can play Monopoly, you can get married. Allie's getting married. You can do all kinds of things this last month without doing your plan for business, and you're going to be fine.
Yeah,
I promise.
Going to be fine. Fine. Even though Shannon hates the word fine, y'all, you're going to be still very successful next year.
You're going to be jolly.
Jolly. Okay, Shannon, you did a perfect segue into what you want to tell the people about. So say a little bit more about Inspired Beyond Belief before we wrap up for today.
Yeah, come on, y'all. If you haven't done your plan for next year, don't do it yet. Come. Inspired Beyond Belief. The tickets are $350.
Worth it.
Yeah, totally worth it. Raving reviews every year. We're meeting in January. If you have done your plans and you're like, this looks like the same old shit I've been doing, it's stale, it ain't marshmallows on hot cocoa with some cinnamon on top, come, get inspired, learn a new way to look at your business through joy. Imagine joy. Allie has been to this event and raves about it. And if she wasn't on her mini honeymoon, she'd be there again.
That's right. But what I am going to do is I'm going to grab this thing that literally sits next to my computer. This is one of the worksheets from 2022's Inspired Beyond Belief, which was in January, 12 months ago. And this is one that I've hung up on the wall to refer to. I have others that I've gone back to throughout the year to like check in with myself. And as I've started to think about 2023, because I've been bubbling with ideas, I've added them to a document, but I've referred back to things that I learned and Inspired Beyond Belief to basically influence next year's planning, because I can't go to Inspired Beyond Belief this year, as Shannon just said. So, but I'm telling y'all, it was a great way to begin 2022. It gave me a totally different way to look at my business. It was perfect for kicking off the year. It was creative and restful while also being strategic and organized and planning. I mean, it was like all the freaking things. And you're there with other people who want the same shit that you do, which is to have a joyful business that also leads to abundance in all the areas of your life, like whatever that is, whatever abundance means for you, whatever values you want to hold. So this is where it's at. This is where you want to begin your year. So
thank you, Allie. And Allie, what do you got coming up that we can join in on?
Oh my gosh, my favorite thing right now is I am doing 12 days of Begin Your Bookmas, and it's 12 days of giveaways because I've always wanted to be like Ella and Oprah and be like, and you get a house and you get a house and you get a house. And I don't have a house to give, but I've got 12 really rockin' things that are all geared to get loving and brave, kind humans who want to write a book getting going. Okay. I'm done with the someday. Quit telling yourself that someday is not guaranteed. Write your freaking book in 2023 and let me help you get started. So I am only doing this on LinkedIn. Okay. I'm live every business day until the 19th or 20th at 9 a.m. EST. I'm in ugly sweaters. I'm in reindeer antlers. There's music. There's a gift box and a sleigh bell. I am busting out all the stops. Today I'm wearing Santa earrings. It's so much fun. And we're giving shit away for 12 days. 12 days. All right. So head on over, follow me on LinkedIn, connect me on LinkedIn, tune into the live streams or catch the replays, grab the free stuff. You won't be sorry.
What times are you going? I'm going to pull your profile right now so I can drop it in the comments. Do you have a certain time every day or is it just
9 a.m. 9 a.m.
So you already went today?
I already went today.
Oh my God, how did I miss it?
For the first day of giveaways. Yep. So you can catch the replay. It's already up there on LinkedIn. So 9 a.m. each morning of the business week.
I love it. Allie, I can't find you on LinkedIn, but I know we're connected there. So I need you to grab the link for the good people.
I will put it into the comments following our live.
I love it. So please join Allie for 12 days of Bookmas. And listen, y'all, just a side note, if you wonder how we come up with these creative campaigns around things, this is the work that we do over at Joyful Business Revolution. Creative campaign design. And that does not mean a fucking funnel. I'm just going to be clear. I'm saying that. You know why, Allie? Because everyone thinks anything these days means a funnel. And we are saying, fuck the funnels.
I love it. I love the alliteration there.
We
Both
are
words.
not doing that. We are not talking about that. So join Allie. She's a master at what she does. She has a lot of fun in her community, as you can probably tell. And we are going to be back with show number 4 next week, 10 a.m. Eastern time. This will be our last show before we close out this year. And who knows what the topic will be. You'll have to tune in to figure it out. Allie, what question do we want people to kind of answer in the comments today?
I think that we need people to talk about not necessarily the like, are you thinking about things at 2:30 in the morning, but how can you make space to receive? That I think is the takeaway from today. How can you make space to receive what you need to hear?
I love it. I love it. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. We will see you online. Adios.
Bye.